Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Me and My Shadow. Today, I want to discuss a topic that came up because of a conversation I was having with a friend of mine. So let's get on this old bike here and go for a ride. Talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, we were talking about the heat in Texas. Seems to be a big topic nowadays. And he said, well, since the heat is getting a little bit less, you'll probably be start riding. And my response was, start riding. I've been riding in this heat. And this friend of mine used to ride, so he knows who this is. He watches the channel, so no disrespect. He used to ride, and it's something that he quit doing. It's just something that he decided that he didn't want to do any longer. And for those of us that are getting older, we all have to make that choice at certain times, right? But it got me thinking, what's the difference between someone that rides a motorcycle and a motorcyclist, or someone that rides a bike and a biker? Like there's that bike sitting right back there again, poor abused motorcycle. Anyway, I've already been through that topic. So, what are the telling signs that you are not just so addicted to it, but it's become like a part of your DNA? It's become a part of who you really are. So here's some, I don't want to say reasons why, but here's some things to consider. Number one, it doesn't matter what the temperature is outside. It could be hot, boiling, super hot, freezing cold, yes, even rain. Now, obviously, if there's snow and conditions that you simply cannot ride, that's a different story. But if you're not afraid to get out and sweat a little bit, if you're not afraid to get out and feel a little bit of cold and have your thumbs and fingers and toes sometimes go numb, if you're not afraid to do that, because that's just a part of riding, then you're probably more of a biker than you are just a person that rides a motorcycle. And you know what? For you casual people that just ride motorcycles and don't like to get out in the heat, don't like to get out when it's real cold, no disrespect. I totally understand. I'm just talking about people that are a little bit of a different breed, okay? And by a different breed, I mean we are people that, well, just don't really care. We're going to get out in it anyway. Yes, we're going to try to find when it's more comfortable to ride, but if it's not more comfortable to ride, well, we're going to ride anyway. Number two, it's not about being cool. It's not about being cool. And this comes full circle to a lot of things I talk about on this channel. You could have the Harley, you could have, what's really cool, or you can just ride and it doesn't really matter. You could be a super small guy on a big bike. You could look like a mouse on a circus bike or something, and you would still ride. When we get to a certain age and we recognize that this bike might be a little bit too heavy for us, we're not just going to hang it up and sell the bike. We may trade the bike down on something smaller, lighter, easier to maneuver. We may get to go to 3 wheels instead of 2 wheels. But if you're that kind of person that honestly says, I'm only going to ride my Harley Davidson Street Glide, or I don't know, something really heavy, my Kawasaki Vulcan Voyager, and you say, you know what, when that's the only bike that makes me really want to ride, and when I can't ride that anymore, I'm just going to sell it and I'm done. That's one type of person. The other type of person says, well, when the Vulcan Voyager gets too heavy, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and trade down. I'm going to get that Spider. I'm going to get that Harley Tri-Glide. I'm going to get that Goldwing Tri-Glide. Whatever. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure that I'm still riding. Number 3, you constantly equate everything to riding. Everything. And by the way, guys, I got this new communicator / thing for me and my wife, and I'll go into that on another video. I'm going to do a review of it and everything. I just installed it on my helmet and my wife's. Very easy to install, and it's very cool. So I'll be highlighting that next video. Where was I? See, I'm old. Oh, yeah, number 3. If you equate everything that you do to riding, like, it drives my wife nuts probably sometimes that I'm always constantly like, when we go someplace and we're in the car, I'm like, ooh, this would be a fun place to go ride. And I make a mental note of it so that I can go check it out later on the bike. If you equate everything you do, when you wake up in the morning, like right now, I woke up this morning and I've got about 20 minutes before I got to run my daughter to her job. But I'm like, you know what? I think I got time for a quick ride because I wanted to ride. Then, you know, you're probably in the category of being that kind of a biker. It's just something that's in our DNA. And until, honestly, I really physically have some impairment that's going to stop me completely from riding. Meaning, I lose my eyesight and I don't have the visual acuity to do it safely anymore. Maybe I develop something so bad in my back that I just simply cannot do it anymore. Then I'll stop, of course, because I don't want to be a safety concern. Or I just get so old that my mental faculties aren't there anymore and I can't do the things I want to do, function normally as a motorcyclist, right? Then, of course, that's a different story. But until then, guys, the little things like the heat, all those things aren't mattering to me. But the thing is whatever the temperature is, look, if you're going to ride a motorcycle, you're going to expect that you're going to get wet. You're going to expect that you're going to sweat. You're going to expect that you're going to get cold. Right? Now, you're going to do whatever you can, like me, buy a Mustang seat, get highway bars, highway pegs, move the position of your handlebars to where they're super comfortable, so that everything that you can do to make your ride comfortable, wear the clothing that you find is comfortable. But just because the weather, just because Mother Nature might throw a little bit of heat your way, might throw a little bit of rain your way, is not going to stop you. And here's the last one. If it doesn't, I mean, it always matters where we ride. It always does. We always love the scenery. We always love going places, exploring new roads, all those things. But honestly, if you can be like me and get out for a short little 20-minute ride right now and just ride the same roads that you have ridden, I don't know, every day back and forth to work, or, you know, this, wherever, you've seen these roads a million times and you don't mind because it doesn't matter. It's about the road, yes, but it's not about having to have a huge trip every time. It's about actually getting out and riding the bike. Then you're probably like me. Sorry. If you eat, sleep, and drink motorcycles, if your favorite conversations with your friends has nothing to do with, I don't know, your favorite sports team, if it has everything to do with riding and what kind of ride you have and things like that, then you're probably hooked and addicted as bad as I am. And it's not something that is, in my case anyway, I can only speak for me, is not something that is, well, developed. It's just something that's in part of your DNA. So think about it, especially those of you that have joined my channel that haven't ridden in years, that took a break to raise the kids and to do the things that you need to do, and now you're back at it again. Why? Think about that. Why are you back at it? Why did you never really forget about that motorcycle? Guys, that's all I got for today. Again, if you like what I do on this channel, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Get this video out as soon as possible. I hope everybody rides safe. And guys, along with everything I talked about today, keep in mind one other thing. It does not matter what it is that you ride. It doesn't matter at all. What matters is that you ride. So this is Tim with Me and My Shuttle saying everybody stay safe. We will see you again real soon. Ride on and have a really great weekend.